That's supposed to be very good for that. I'll give you $10 to tell your mom that you cut that cable, not me. 20. 20. 20? All right. Just pop on it. There you go. So, listen, Chick B. I gotta go on a trip.
Hello, everybody.
Brian, say a thing?
Are you guys gonna continue counting on your fucking fingers like weirdos?
Yes.
I could cancel this session.
You won't.
We're only 24 seconds in.
Oh my god.
See,
Why?
I didn't have to say anything.
Why do I?
So Casey was counting. I was just randomly throwing up numbers like a jutsu.
What kind of Oreos you got?
These are
It's an oatmeal
Oreos.
cookie.
Wrong. Macarons.
Not...
That's my taint.
Is an oatmeal cream pie a macaron?
No.
Why would
Yes.
you cream pie and oatmeal?
Okay, can you kick Jared?
Very lonely times in the Amish community.
And he is gone.
Let's be honest, that wasn't the worst. That wasn't.
You know it.
That has not and will not be the worst thing I ever say.
It'll only get progressively worse from here.
Oh my god.
Anywho.
Hello, everybody. My name is Eli. I'm your acting dungeon master / archivist for here. 20-sided archives, Chronicles of Umaria, Chapter 1, Shadow Falls. As always, I am joined by Thevin Winterfall, played by Jared.
Howdy.
Chisel Havard, played by Brian.
Robert.
And Redwood of Elico Gervaux, played by Casey.
Right.
You are quiet.
Red Robert.
Why do I bother? Why do I bother?
I do that. What's up?
Because you like us.
Casey, you are quiet. You might want to turn yourself up a bit. Last where we had left off, our trio and their fox companion ended up encountering a rather rough situation of combat with undead individuals within the family tomb of the Blackthorn family. After encountering Neros in order to learn information from him in regards to what he knew of the Blight and the Betrayer God during the time of the war with the gods and the Feywilds. Afterwards, they were teleported by the help of Ithis into Veliko town, quote-unquote, center, where the party ended up having a rather awkward interaction with Redwood's family after discovering his real name is actually Bellin. And
Ashwinder.
learning that the forest was actually partially experiencing the blight itself, with minor corruption not too far away from the Haven Tree, which was then promptly split in the center by the blight, as they all stood and witnessed the infection beginning to spread.
Oh, fucking course. Here we go. Time to save another village.
You see that Ayan, Redwood's brother, has quickly begun to gather up guards and archers of various kinds as strange bat-like creatures that you can't necessarily see from how far away they are as they start flying towards the village of Veliko that has been wrapped around the Haven Tree. He starts commanding them in Sylvan to start firing upon these creatures, which they all do with deadly accuracy that could rival yours, Seven, with how well trained they all are. And before they even get beyond into the healthy pastures of the forest, drop like flies. Ayan walks past you all and says, "We do not need strangers protecting our people." And
I guess that's not our job. Anyways.
As Ayan passes by Redwood, you watch your mother give him a scolding glare.
Can I do something?
Doesn't say anything. What would you like to do?
I want to try to trip him.
He...
I guess it'd be a dex save on his part?
It would be a dex save on his part. I will allow it. I will need you to make me just a dex check. And that will determine his DC.
Sleight of hand?
No, because you are using your leg, not your hands.
Okay. So, dex check. First
Sleight
roll
of
of the
foot.
night.
6.
He has to be a 6.
Nat 1.
No.
Throw it on the table.
Throw it on the table.
Throw it on the table? Okay, I'll throw it on the table. Ayan gets
I want to bet he has like a +6 to dex or something.
Probably.
He's got a +4, not a +6.
So there's a chance.
No, there's not. Just. By the way, I'm still
Very
acting
close.
blind, so just.
Ayan he like sees you go to try and trip him up. Like you actively like just stick your leg out. You're not very stealthy with it at all. You just kind of stick your leg out on him, and he just like steps over it. And so he just kind of like rolls his eyes at you, but continues on his way to make sure that the rest of the forest's perimeter near the village proper is well maintained and well protected.
I wonder if he eats donkeys. Anyways.
Right, so seeing how you all got this all taken care of, I guess we'll be on our way.
Now. Redwood, do you want to save them? Or should we just go?
I would like not to see the Haven tree fall. But I think we only get as close as they'll let us get. We are here for our own purpose, after all.
Aye, let's fulfill that purpose then.
Your mother crosses her arms and goes, "You are looking for the god of omens, correct? That's what you told me?"
That will be it.
Well, judging from the split of the Haven tree, I would say this is no better
Pretty big omen.
This is a pretty big omen.
Just find the person panicking the most?
No. I do not know of what form Ska takes, especially during times like these, but your best bet would be to search around the fissure that had been grown from the forest, starting from the base of the tree and heading close to the blight, but I do not recommend going within.
We have fought the blight before. I'm not too afraid of what resides within it.
I understand that. And I am still your mother, and I'm still going to request that you be careful.
It will be considered.
She just simply nods and goes, "You will have free-ish reign to explore the fissure and the area within the next 2 miles outside of it. Just try and keep your footprint limited, if you can."
Right, sure.
Which
We're gonna
means
have to save everyone,
please...
aren't we?
Which means please do not cause any elemental damage to our forest.
Right, sure.
She doesn't say that specifically because of you, Redwood. She's also looking at Chisel's hammer with the ice in the cracks of it, and seeing
Devin
all the
actually
frost.
etching in a new right into the arm for lightning damage.
Oh my god.
Just-
She just kind of sighs and goes, "Good luck," and leaves you to it as she walks away.
Wait, Chisel, check this out. I kind of snap the wood in the hand and sparks fly.
Devin, I swear to God.
Cool.
She's not even left yet.
Redwood, if you could do me a kindness and roll me an insight check on your mother, please.
19.
She's your mother. As much as you two are not close ever since you had left, you can sense that there is still concern for your well-being. And I think you think back to when you first had encountered her after you had all returned to go and speak with her about everything that you needed. And you had seen her eyes linger on both your hand and your arm. And she had turned paler, a slight bit of fear. She cares about you as much as she can, considering her position and who she is in the public eye of your people. She doesn't want to see you hurt, but at the same time, she also knows that you will not accept any advice from her due to your strained relationship.
All right. Well, I guess we're investigators for a short while. Devin, if I see you spark that lightning near the tree, I will personally take that arm off of you.
Aye, what if there's a beastie attacking the tree and I have to shoot it?
Use your bow.
Aye, and that's ice.
You are an archer.
Aye, yeah, I know.
Do your archery thing.
Yeah.
Your
yeah,
archery.
don't worry.
It's
Well,
just
actually, since I got the arm, I got that spike thing now too.
Well, that's fantastic. But for the meantime, when we're around the Haventree, keep it light on the dangerous shit.
Redwood, you know I love you like a brother, but I'll try.
Try is basically the best you're gonna get from Seven.
You have seen how my brother loves me, so we'll keep it there.
Aye, but he's an asshole.
Or you. That's me.
Shots fired all around. Anyways,
time to go investigate a broken tree.
you get a burn. You get a burn. Everybody gets a burn.
I'm covered in them.
And whose fault is that? Anyways. Yours. It is yours. Don't look at me. You were the one who decided to give your character scars in your backstory.
You gave me the scars, actually.
Oh, yeah.
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 Anyways, moving
We're
on.
moving towards the tree.
You guys, so there is like a pathway down to the base of the Haven Tree. It's like this large sort of spiral staircase that encompasses the base of it. And you can see like there's very obviously like there's old boards and then there's newer boards. The Haven Tree is constantly growing. It will never meet a state of rest as it expands with the world. In order to symbolize the world's growth in both a literal and sort of religious type sense. The roots are constantly, like, over the years will constantly be shifting and changing, resulting in the staircase constantly needing, like, new platform walk-offs and new dips into the stairs and everything. So it's a very weird, like, walkway of, like, rising and then falling and then flatlining and then falling and then rising a little bit more and then it's a very bumpy ride for a walk is basically what it is.
It would be so much better if you just cut the offending limbs.
I don't
You know,
farmers do like pruning.
And that's Chisel coming from a very, like, angular lifestyle.
Yeah.
He's not used to so many curves.
He's used to hard, sharp edges and lines, not to roundedness and free flow.
Like, I get trees being growing and everything.
Chisel.
Big green things. Just, there's too many.
Chisel, in the mountains, the people shape nature. In the forest, the nature shapes people. We don't cut where we don't have to.
What convenience.
Redwood, if you would like to give me... Actually, Redwood and Seven, if either of you would like to give me a religion check, please do. Nice.
21.
Redwood.
That honestly makes sense for both their characters.
It does.
Yeah.
Redwood, you know that also cutting the limbs or doing anything that isn't provided by the tree willingly through things falling off or times of emergency, pruning, quote unquote, or cutting the limbs of the tree is considered sacrilegious.
Why don't you guys just cut them?
It is considered a crime amongst the druids for you to just cut something willy-nilly, especially if it's like the
Look, we're not even dignifying it with a response.
No, that's fair. Moving on. You get to the base of the Haven Tree. It is a tangle of large roots befit for a tree of its scale. This trunk is miles in circumference.
How is it not dead? So much
Magic.
nutrients.
You, Redwood, you put your feet on the ground, and I think even though you were in the village's buildings and on its like proper, when you plant your feet on the ground, for the first time you think you can say that it truly feels like you're coming home.
Redwood's gonna take off his foot wraps.
You take your foot wraps off, you put your feet on the ground. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I die?
No. 21.
21.
21.
21. You put your bare feet on the ground, connecting to the earth itself. And for a few moments, it's peaceful. You're able to connect to the tree and feel its breath and feel its pain. You feel pain. Suddenly, it feels as if you are being rapidly split up the middle of your body. A crack appearing not only within your physical self, but also within your spiritual. You feel something start to dig its claws in, tentacles growing, roots of things rotten, shifting underneath your skin and flesh and tangling itself within your ribs and around your spine, within your very bones. It reaches almost as close to your heart as it can get without fully penetrating your sternum, wrapping around you like twisted vines that are meant to strangle and suck life. Your outside senses are spread far, and you feel different creatures of various types, be that of plant or of beast, screaming out in pain and suffering as something takes hold and refuses to let go. The dirt itself is rotten and no longer suitable for life, yet the plants that have been infected refuse to let go, as they believe themselves unready and unfit to do so. As if something is stubbornly forcing them to remain, despite the fact that they still wish to pass on and continue the cycle of life that the forest experiences on a daily basis. Rot is accelerated here to the point that there is no true living in certain spots. It is as if nothing but black ichor remains, and you feel as if you can barely breathe. It is suffocating, it is overwhelming, and then suddenly you are brought by force, being shunted from this mental space into your body once more. All of this happening within a split second.
Redwood sharply breathes in, stands upright. All right. We're going to need more help than ourselves. This is not just a cut.
Aiden, what is it?
There's something in the tree.
Like a bug?
An infestation. Whether of rot or a creature, there's something in the tree.
Can't you talk to your goddess friend?
I don't know how much control Ithis would have in this area. Ithis is god of fire, not a god of trees.
Hey, better know away the infection.
And
That is
burn a tree with it.
That is something that she did say, was cauterize the wound, burn away the infection.
Something this big, if we just tried to burn it away, it would burn the tree as well.
Seven kind of looks around. Hey, yeah, it's a pretty big tree.
Seven, you look at this thing, you're like, this is the mountain of trees. Like, that's what this is. This is not just like, oh, we can light a small spark and it will just burn away easily with maybe in like an hour or two. No, this would burn for months and months and months and months and months. The entirety of this portion of the Greenlit Plains, and all that stuff would be covered in ash by the time this thing would finish burning.
Wouldn't that be better than letting it suffer?
Yeah, and also kill off half the continent.
We are dealing with basically a highly corrupted and highly volatile plague. This may just be me talking, but if we have to stop the plague by killing half the continent, I'm okay with that.
7.
Yeah.
Roll me a perception check, please. As
Go for it.
Chisel and Redwoods are like kind of discussing what they've felt and seen, like all this other stuff. And like their ideas.
14.
14? You are rather well attuned to magic that is considered unnatural and otherworldly due to the connection that you had with Barun.
Mhm.
I can't necessarily say that the reason that, like, when you went to the Feywild, it was like a different thing because the entire place was off. There was like not one thing was similar to the other. Here in the material plane, everything has a similar sense to it. You know what to expect with it, except for maybe the occasional magical hoopla of like wizards or druids or anything else. But even those things had like a similar taste undertone to them.
Yeah.
Except for when dealing with creatures of the divine. Ithis had something very distinct to herself for who she was and what she represented. And you feel a very similar change of something like that on the air, not too far from where you are.
Is there like a scent I can follow?
It is a mixture, it's more like a feeling than like a scent or anything like that. It's kind of like an animal instinct for you.
This question still stands. Can I follow it?
You can start following it. I would need a survival check. The DC is pretty low, but I would still need one. Just basically don't roll a 1. Hey, that's
You
not
rolled
a
a 2.
You 7, I think. Do you inform the others you are beginning to move, or do you just start walking off?
Oh yeah. Devin's gonna say, "Oi lads, I smell something over here."
Well?
7, Chisel Redwood. You sniff the air, maybe like he's smelling like blight or something like that, because you are like very close to the fissure that was created from the sudden crack in the ground. You don't smell anything, actually. Like, you
Wait, dog knows.
I got so caught off guard by that my explanation just threw straight out the window.
It makes sense.
It does
Wait,
make sense.
yeah.
It does make sense. So you all start Seven, you start leading the way. Everyone else kind of follows. Shrub keeps very close to your feet, Redwood. Even when all of you walk, she'll like sometimes like hop from person to person, try and like keep everybody company and like talk to everybody and stuff a little bit to keep everybody
I'm going
lively.
to scoop her and put her on my shoulders.
Okay. Yeah. She
I
like
got tiny legs.
she doesn't for some reason it's like you can sense a discomfort from her in this moment because the place that you and her both consider to be home, quote unquote, has been hurt. And so it's a solemn pain, if that makes sense. But you all continue moving. You actually hear like rushing water from one of the rivers nearby that cuts through the forest. As you all like follow Seven, who actually keeps close to that water bank. But then you reach a spot towards the end where the water slows and then completely stops, almost stagnant. And there's actually the smell of stagnant water and rotten leaves and vegetation of this spot, but not rot in terms of blight rot. Rot in terms of the natural life and death.
Decomposition.
Yeah, like the natural life and death cycle of nature. The area itself is kind of swamp-like. It's a little overflowed. There's a lot of mud and clay here. Hard rock, fallen trees. Dead leaves spatter all over the place of this sort of overflowed, what you think at one point was a very shallow pond of some sort. Or like, it wouldn't even be right to call it like what used to be a lake.
It's a puddle.
Sitting, more like crouching, in the very center of this space is a figure back hunched, a gnarled walking staff in hand that splits off into two directions. Two intertwining woods, one of like a light birch and the other a very dark mahogany-like color. One end, the mahogany color, having sort of decay on it, and the other being bright and like filled with like blooms of various flowers. And then in the very center is what appears to be a sort of sapling-like plant that hasn't bloomed but also doesn't necessarily have any leaves on it. As they're hunched over, and fireflies kind of swirl around the top of it, occasionally resting on it, but never staying still for too long. The figure themselves is very close to the water. Their head is down, covered in shadow, so you can't see their face, but they are very much darkly cloaked in something that kind of looks similar to very patchworky fabric. Thick thread holds black and green and gray fabrics together to create this sort of full body cowl over them. And as they stand there, they are the only area, like where they stand is the only area where the light of the trees does not seep through to touch.
What?
He's going to get us killed.
Oh, you were actually calling out to this person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You call out.
What is that?
What is that?
Sorry, we keep killing Eli.
Wednesdays are both the most exciting days and also the worst days of the week for me. The forest, when you call out to this person, seems to silence. Leaves do not rustle. The water does not flow here. Animals and birds silence. Insects stop their chirping. As the figure's head lifts up and towards you. You are standing like directly in front of them where they crouch. And they stand. And you realize just how looming this figure is. Because even though you're so far away, they still look tall.
Then we kind of just casually walk close, like, wait, so this area is kind of pretty dangerous. Name's Steven, nice to meet you. Who are you?
The figure does not speak. But you do see, as you get closer, horns peer out from within the shadow and curl upward over their hood. Anyone who would like to can make me investigation, religion, or perception check.
I'll do perception. 15.
I'm
I'll
fairly
do
sure
it.
this is a god.
12 for investigation.
15.
It's
7.
either god or my very strange Uncle Andrew.
Your strange Uncle Andrew has not been seen in the past 15 years, so it's not him.
Elves.
Would be.
Elves.
Elves.
Druids.
Redwood, you look at this individual, you instantly clock. Okay, that is someone with divine power. But who in specific? I mean, you could only guess Ska, but you don't recall any sort of memory of whatever you've learned about Ska and who they are in terms of religious significance. You just know, creepy figure, standing in an interesting spot, weird
In the middle of the
ability
water.
weird ability to silence the entire forest without even speaking or moving themselves too much. That's a god if ever I've seen one. Chisel,
Uncle Andrew?
Chisel, you look around. I think you can also, I think all of you can clock here. This is a divine figure. This is probably Ska. You kind of look around, Chisel, and note the surrounding area. And, yeah, it's got things that one would typically associate with omens. Stagnant water, dead vegetation, lack of light, things of that nature. And you're like, okay, this makes sense. This is like a signal beacon for someone like Ska and what they represent. 7, with a 15 perception. You look at this individual, and I think for you kind of clock, oh, they are here because we needed them to be. Not because
They were already here.
they were already here. You wanted answers from a god whose whole thing is to give signals towards the right answers. Here they are. They willingly gave you the path to follow, knowing that you would be the only one to sniff it out. And you stand in front of them. You cannot see their face. There is just pure black void where their face would be. They are tall, looming. You get the feeling that they are lanky because the only sort of thing of them that you can see is like 2 thin fingers and a thumb loosely wrapped around this gnarling wooden staff that represents 3 pathways of signals towards a person's future. Doom, glory, and whatever path they take before that. Represented by the 3-way fork split of their staff. But you, in order to look at this person, I will tell you, in order for any of you to like even get a look at this person's face area, you have to go like this.
Yeah.
Like, you have to
Neck
crane
Now-
your
shot
neck.
straight up.
Yeah.
Now explain to the people who are
Oh,
listening because they
they're the big
can't
ones.
see us.
Yes.
Whenever
So,
you see there's a helicopter going by, you just kind of look up.
yeah, like
basically.
you have to like look. You have to bend your neck to the point that you can feel the back of your head resting on your upper back. Like that's how bad you have to like arch up to look.
So, can you point us on the path of glory?
Probably not.
You ask them this question, and you obviously do not get a verbal response.
He just points north.
It's kind of the way that I can kind of imagine this is like the ghost of Christmas future from A Christmas Carol. Like that's the kind of vibe this individual is giving off for you. I will ask the group for one last religion check here. And
Yeah.
12,
12.
20.
Not if I
Not
tried
by
it.
20 for chisel.
Well, that does make sense. I'm the only one that studied the actual pictures of the gods in the Golden Sanctum.
Yes, you did study them very well. Oh shoot, I forgot to. Redwood, could you actually re-roll that? I forgot you have a bonus. You have advantage because of what you spending your 13 years studying religion. Never mind, it doesn't matter.
It's still a 12. Don't worry.
Still a 12.
Advantage does not help with dumbass.
Yes, that's fair. I think you're also a bit distracted by everything that has brought you to this point. You just watched your home get split in the middle, and you're kind of distracted from everything up to now. 7, you're just like, this person represents the things that I care about. Surely they have to have all the answers that I need, right? No.
Right.
They're the road that you travel on, and that's about it.
Chisel, with a modified 20, do you think back to everything that you had seen at the Golden Sanctum, specifically in the temple where all those religious carvings were, and all those texts, and he's talking to somebody,
I could still give you, don't worry.
and all the texts and everything that you had seen, and all of its various religious paraphernalia, just in general. There was a lot about a lot of different gods. Zethos and how he used his bones of his ribs and his in order to help create the forests. How the giants ended up becoming pseudo-divine due to their ability to help create the rivers and the mountains. Ithis and her importance of primordial fire and what she represented. And every other god had decently fleshed out stories and tales of them. Except for Ska. Ska was very much clearly someone who... an individual who relied more on superstition than on religious belief would sort of look to for answers. You live in a time where religious significance and the gods have proper proof. But what do you do when you're presented a god that shows
Nobody knows about.
that no one really knows about, that also represents things that are not considered to be concrete? They represent things like travelers and things like that, but you know, this is a time where traveling isn't as hefty as it could potentially be in like a future. And so it's hard to say. You think the reason that their form looks the way that it does is because they don't have anything concrete about them to give them form yet. Unlike
Looks generic.
Ithis or Zethos or anything like that.
So
Well,
you're
Chisel's
gonna
now very
point
wary
or...
of this figure.
But Seven, you ask, can you point us on the path of glory? You watch as this individual lifts their free arm of their sleeve. When they do, you also see that part of the cloak opens, like towards the chest area, and similar to the face, except for the horns, there is pitch black void within. But when they lift their arm and spread their cloak, you hear a crow's caw for but a brief moment, and 2 crows and a dove fly out from underneath. And your eyes quickly follow them, your natural hunter instincts kicking in as they fly off to the northwest.
Alright, thank you. Devin just nods his head as much as he can while looking up and follows the birds.
You start following the birds. Redwood. You are now standing directly in front of this divine being. And beyond the movement of their arm, you haven't seen them necessarily move. So when they start to walk and don't make any ripples in the water as they approach you, you feel unnerved. There's no cameras. No one
I
can
don't
see you,
know you.
That's not purse, I don't know you!
Stranger danger, stranger danger.
Stranger danger.
Well, he is the god of omens, so he could be just putting that feeling into you.
Scar kneels down or crouches down in front of you to be eye level with you. Which is still you needing to, like, crane your neck just a little bit to get, like, eye level with them. And
Just using Shrub as a neck support pillow.
they look to you, and you're in your homelands. This is the place where you had grown up before leaving for 13 years. And they take their hand, which doesn't necessarily have any definitive shape yet. It's kind of like if you were to look at a static TV and try to make out shapes from within. You can't necessarily do that. But their hand approaches your forehead. You sink slowly into your chair.
Slowly into the water, even if it's just a torso height.
Redwood is unnerved, but I think knows better than to show disrespect, so he doesn't move. The sinking is Casey being funny. Redwood's not an idiot.
They put their pointer and their middle finger upon your forehead. And for a moment you see flashes of various futures. My question to you is, what is of Redwood's biggest concern at the moment, now that he is home within the Great Forest?
You're asking the anxious one to pick a problem he has.
Redwood has a lot of problems, but I think the way he sees it is everything is to the side until the blight is solved. The blight is the key to actually starting fixing stuff. So his biggest concern is making his way to the imprisoned god.
So specifically the imprisoned god and trying to get to him is your biggest goal and concern right now.
Yeah. Because currently we are just chasing the coattails of disease and death. If we can cut it off, then we have a chance.
You feel the cold fingers of this divine being press against your forehead. And you see flashes of possible futures, of possible branching paths from the tree of your life. You see the golden sanctum crumbled and ruined. You see places that the blight had touched beginning to rebuild, but you also see other places that have been destroyed, unsalvageable. You see bodies, piles of them, not too dissimilar from when you found the cannibal encampment of the field of corpses. You see the Haven Tree split perfectly in two, its sides bending outwards like a rotten split banana.
I'm eating.
Sorry.
Just-
We're playing the Plague campaign. You're gonna hear gory shit.
I'm okay with gory. I'm just not okay with split bananas, because that's two
That's a
different.
stupid line.
With
Gut issue.
with blight spores seeping from within its very core and branching out. You see, I think something that jars you a little bit more than you're willing to admit. And these are only brief flashes. Your brother Aen, as black veins and darkness start to encompass his throat and his face. Your sisters curled into each other and weeping over a funeral pyre. Hearts of dead being taken from place to place to be buried and given their proper rites. The mournful face of Ithis, unable to give you any sort of apology that would mean anything in the moment. You see stretching blackness that goes beyond the stars and the moon and the sun and the reach of the gods. And then, just like when you had stepped foot at the base of the Haven Tree, you feel as if you're being sucked back out into the light of the real world as your eyes divert from their face of Ska and the void that takes it up and are met once more with the natural sounds of the forest.
You show me that which I am fighting, and things I'm very well aware of. There's no hint at an answer, no glimpse of a path that could lead to any better. Just here to remind me of what we fight for.
There is a brief moment where you ask them this, and when you blink, you are taken into a large cave-like cavern. You don't necessarily sense anything, or like in terms of smell, in this place. Almost as if you're being shown something instead of being brought someplace. From a ceiling of a domed cave cavern, you see rotten roots, not too similar to that of a blighted tree, but not like that of the thickness of the Haven tree. Muttering over a table shrouded in darkness with the occasional sickly blue glow that comes from the roots and their infection, a figure. Malnourished and skinny, ribs and spine and hips showing through their pale, awash skin, matted hair dark in color, as if they hadn't seen the light in days. As if sensing your presence, they turn to face you, but you do not get a good look at them, only their eyes, which are bloodshot and glowing, red and purple, before you are shunted back into your reality once more. And the only thing that you can truly remember from that place, beyond the sickly purple glow of the blight and its infection, is the pure rage and fear that radiated from the eyes of this individual.
More questions, less answers. God damn it.
They look to you, and you watch as their staff spins, as they flick it with their wrist, pushing it with their thumb, causing the three forks to start rapidly blurring in your vision. For stopping. Upon the center sprout, that does not symbolize good nor bad, rests a single firefly, the largest out of the bundle of them that have been floating around this entire time. And a single leaf flowers and blooms. And God damn it, Casey. I'm trying to stay focused, motherfucker. He made a flicking motion with his hand for anyone who's curious, as if he was flicking off the bug. It lands, and you watch as it glows. It kind of like a blinking motion of once, twice, 3 times. Before it floats up and away. I think what you are getting at here is that the answer that you are seeking is clear. It's just cutting away the foliage is taking you longer than you anticipated. C.o.U clearly understands your irritation. They are simply telling you to be patient. Because while what you think may be the answer now, might not be the answer that you need going forward. Or might not be the answer that you originally thought going forward. God then looks to you, Chisel. Are you still here, or did you wander off with Thevin?
Oh, I'm still here. I trust Devin to kill anything that's going to attack him. I was staying with the anxious one.
Okay.
The
But
anxious one
Chisel
is the
is-
angry one.
Chisel is just picking at some mushroom bread and nibbling on it. Just okay.
Do you offer up some mushroom bread
Yes.
for this?
Yes, I do. Because Chisel has been raised on sharing. So he is going to give a bite of his mushroom bread.
You pick away a chunk of your mushroom bread and offer it up to this figure that is looming over you.
I've met giants bigger than him. I'm not scared
Yeah.
of just a lanky guy.
Yeah.
He's
No.
a twig.
That's fair. They pluck it from your hand, and you watch as it, like, their arm, like, drops back down to their side. If anyone has seen, listened to Worlds Beyond Number, you will understand the reference that I'm getting at here, but you have a feeling that if you had given them something else, you would not ever see it again. Taken into the void of this thing's body, it disappears. But a small symbol appears on your inner wrist of
God, I've been played again.
of a firefly. This is actually something known as the Favor of Ska.
Should I be writing this down?
Yes, you should be writing this down.
Okay,
You gave a
give me-
god an offering in the flesh.
Give me 1 minute. Is Ska 2 A's? or
SKA
one?
with the double dot over the A.
Okay, I don't know how to do that for
That's fine.
text, so okay.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a dying bird if I haven't heard one.
The boon or the favor of Ska is a magical tattoo that cannot be destroyed unless that part of your body is destroyed. It does not need
Okay.
it does not require attunement. Twice per long rest, you are able to see or determine the outcome of a roll that is related to a saving throw or an ability check. Meaning, you can give something advantage or disadvantage in terms of saving throws and ability checks twice every long rest.
Why not, use wizard divination?
Like Portland or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like
Portland's a bit different, but similar.
it's very much like think of it more like a stack-on of your cloud room. If that makes sense.
Storm.
Or yeah.
Cloud is literally, I just redirect an attack.
Yeah, of your storm room.
Okay, just so I have this correct. Magical tattoo that cannot be destroyed unless body part is destroyed. Does not require attunement. Twice per long rest, able to see or determine a roll of saving throw or check. Can give advantage to a roll twice a day.
Advantage or disadvantage.
Okay. Time to now spell check this.
Also, Casey, the reason why I didn't just do wizard divination is because divination wizards aren't a thing yet.
Wizards
I mean,
aren't a thing.
the rolls of a portent die where you roll 2d20 at the start of your day, and when you see a roll, you can choose, no, that's a 9.
It's different because again, that's kind of like it's not the same as it's just basically like, hey, you now have a higher chance of it succeeding. It's not, oh, that succeeds because I'm giving you a 21, if that makes sense. There's no
It's literally just giving
full-
people advantage or disadvantage.
Yeah.
No complicated important stuff.
Yeah, it's not a full guarantee of any kind.
And it doesn't use my reactions, so I'm good.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things that give advantage or disadvantage to someone. I just
You're overthinking this, Casey.
This is coming from the guy who has to discern his wizard spells from his druid spells, so I can't blame him. Anyways.
Boy, you're full.
magic.
But yeah, you you offer this food to this god who doesn't have anything written about them that is of any
Now likes mushroom bread because I
Major-
just accidentally willed it into existence.
just like
It's now in the religious texts.
mushroom bread.
Mm-hmm.
God, I can't wait for cameos in campaign 2. Anyways. You both blink and Ska is gone. 7. The birds still fly.
Making a mental mark of what directions they're flying in. He kind of turns back to the other two, seeing Ska's gone, like, oi, you two coming or what?
So wait, you two saw something,
Hey, big blinky fucker.
and all I got was a mark on my wrist.
I got shown everything I did not want to see and already horribly imagined. You got a buff.
Aight. And we got birds to follow.
Chisel doesn't know what it does just yet. He
You
just
got a
received...
magical tattoo by a god. I don't think that comes with anything else. I kind of have a couple of those.
Your tattoos are more like beyond just being a tattoo. It's like, I lost my arm. Help.
I started with scars from Ithis. It starts with a mark, then you lose your arm.
It's a vicious cycle, goddammit.
I
So,
mean, I wasn't
now-
marked, and I still lost a hand.
Well, you were marked, just not physically. I do have... So, going off of your logic, Redwood, which god is going to call first? Frostbringer or Ska?
Your family does not always determine which path you end up going down. You made a deal with Ska, but you made a deal with Frostbringer. You gained favor with Ska.
I also gained power from Frostbringer, and apparently I'm going to gain power from Ska.
It's entirely your decision. Your family line is not. Your family line does not determine what path you go down.
I think this is more of just like, hey, if you need my help, you're gonna get it. Shrub just is like resting her head on top of yours, Redwood.
Says the divine fox that was birthed in life by a goddess.
You know what? I do not have a counter argument for that. Are we moving or what?
Hey,
Oh, where we're
come on!
going?
We're following the birds!
We're following the birds.
Birds. In a forest.
Aye, no,
Sure, why
specifically-
not?
Yeah, specifically 2 crows and the dove.
There's also a dove over there, and there's 3 crows that way.
Aye, but specifically the 2 crows and dove that are flying together in a formation that way.
We're following 3 birds in a
Aye.
forest.
Aye.
I would just trust his hunting skills and go with it.
Trust the dog knows.
Aye, the nose knows and the eyes see what they see. So let's go.
Please don't ever repeat that.
All right. So you guys begin your traveling. Following these birds. It is when you had arrived to Velicodravo, it was around midday. By the time you reach where the crows and the doves land, sun is beginning to set. They land on a rotten branch. Further off away, and you see here, it is very much a large open clearing. And in the very center of the clearing is a large portion of the fissure that was created. You are far enough away from the blighted forest portion proper that you are not at risk of anything happening to you from that. But there's no telling what's in this fissure. One crow remains standing on this branch. The other crow and the dove dive within.
Right. Anyone got the rope?
Wait, we're going down there?
Hey, the birds went down there. We're going down there.
Do you
I don't have
just
to go down there.
follow every creature when they pop out of the body of a god? Like, is that...
I'm sorry. Did you see Ska summon them? The god said, "Hey, I asked, lead me to glory." He summoned the birds. I'm following the birds. It's not some random bird.
I hate the Logitech he has, because I just hate it.
Okay, fine.
You're acting like I'm doing some kind of wild goose chase here. No, I'm
You going
following
on
a
a
dove
wild
and a
dove
crow.
chase?
They're not
Or
wild
is it a
for
crow
one.
chase?
I'm fairly sure they're wild.
I'm going on a divine bird chase.
How are we going to get down?
Oi, you got with nature magic vines.
Yes, chop chop.
Oh yes, you actively see me nature magic vines shit all the time.
I thought it was reasonable to ask. I've seen you do crazier things, to be honest.
I was push stepping.
All right. Here's how this is gonna work. I'm going to need. Oh god, how am I gonna do this? Okay, you're shoving.
Contested athletics checks.
Yeah, contested athletics checks.
Can I get a surprise here?
I got that
giving-
one.
I don't think you need the surprise.
I'm not gonna give you the advantage. Just.
And as he starts falling, we cast levitate.
Fucker.
As you,
Oh, would you
I
prefer the
guess I-
vines?
as you're like, you are like 15 feet into this crevice. By the way, it goes further down, but Redwood's kind enough that he's not gonna just let you fall to your death and casts a levitate on you, and you start to float there. As you look up into the daylight, or the last bits of sunlight that's coming down, you give him the bird.
Why does he look like a dog? Why does he look like a dog when you grab the scruff?
You want to know something fun I can do with this?
Having dog paddling in midair.
I do control the rate of his falling.
Then what?
Do you start making him rapidly descend?
I start making him accelerate.
Okay, so you start making him rapidly descend.
We're gonna stop him.
Then you
We're
sudden there are
We're
sudden
gonna do the stereotype stop the foot before the floor.
That's gonna take so much longer.
Thing
you
is, you don't know how far down this goes.
Actually, wait, bring him back. I have an idea. I'm going to put Chisel on 7.
Hey,
Alright, everybody on.
hey, what?
I don't have the magic vine shit, but I have this.
It's amazing. 7, You cannot do anything but lay there as you are used as a mid-air flotation device.
We did not catch that. We heard you are used as a, and then you were completely silent.
As you are used as a mid-air flotation device.
It's really dark in here.
I'm going to need a strength check for the sake of your core.
Oh.
You'll be fine.
Check or save?
I will say check.
Okay.
You are able to prepare enough for...
Not one.
Alright! So we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we will determine the outcome of this failure. We will see you guys in 10 minutes.
Damn it, Redwood.
Druidcraft doesn't do that.
Does it not do that? Well, shit.
Yeah.
It literally just opens a bud and opens a flower, basically.
Ah.
It doesn't
also
create
create-
vines.
And harmless sensory effects, and the ability to predict the weather.
Ah, I'm falling to my death. Let me see what the weather will be like tomorrow.
I think you're thinking of plant growth.
Grasping vines.
Probably. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to continue this session where we last left off.
We're off to sea disaster.
Everyone is actively
Devin
beginning.
Snap is
Everyone is
Hmm?
beginning to. Everyone, Chisel and Redwood in specific, are beginning to actively fall to their deaths, due to one not very core strong Seven suddenly, folding on himself and causing everyone to fall off of him. So, everyone is rapidly falling. I'm going to need initiative to determine the turn order for how you all are going to fucking save this. So go ahead and roll for me. Alrighty, so first up is Chisel.
What is Shrub's initiative?
Chisel, Shrub's initiative is at the same time as Redwood's initiative.
Hmm.
Well, this doesn't have the right vibe at all.
I could give you the sound effects of when I had your character falling to their death.
Okay, that's fucked, and you know it.
You hated the bone crunch noise I had on hand.
Yeah, I wonder why.
The character was okay, by the way. Or became
No.
okay.
They died.
Yeah, they were fine.
Anyways. Rapid descent. Chisel, you are first. What
These
do
are combat music. We're in combat with gravity.
You are in combat with gravity.
my old nemesis.
Chisel, what do you do as you're beginning
I
to
don't have
fall?
anything to do.
You don't have any ideas as to how you can stop your fall.
Motherfucker, grab me.
I don't have any magical items that will help me slow my descent. I could grab onto the side of the wall that would rip my arm off.
You never know.
Gravity says it would rip my arm off.
Yes, but this is also fantasy, and nothing makes sense. I mean, it's completely up to you. If you want to skip your turn and we move on to Redwoods, it's completely fine.
No, I'll activate Giant's Might, which turns me into a large creature.
Okay.
And I'm going to grab onto the wall with one hand and try to grab Redwood.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength saving throw here.
Well, hold on. 24.
Okay. 24.
Yes, I know it's at advantage because Giant's Might.
I wasn't thinking about that, but cool.
Okay.
24. You managed to... I think within your large form, the whole thing about you becoming larger is for you to be stronger. So you slam your hand down as hard as you can into the stone. And there's actual, your body kind of drags for a bit. Your hand gets shredded because rock and flesh don't mix well together in that sense. But you don't lose your arm in the process of this. In order to successfully catch Redwood in this moment, I will also need a dex check from you.
Is that a hand?
It's not a hand.
I'm not going to say sleight of hand. It's just going to be a base dex.
21.
Right. We're gonna go ahead and move on from there as you catch Redwood. Redwood, you suddenly feel your momentum stop, but Chisel, your arm swinging as you grab hold of Redwood means that there is a chance of him slamming into the wall still. So, Redwood, I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Could I bring him closer to my chest?
You want to give him advantage there, bud?
Yes, I will.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that again. Okay. You feel your momentum suddenly drop, and then pick back up again as Chisel's suddenly larger arm swings. Luckily, he manages to break your fall, quote unquote, or like the impact, by twisting his arm and having you smack into his leg instead. Chisel, this is your injured leg from the curse infection that had occurred during the time you were in the catacombs. So it hurts like hell, which means you are going to take damage here.
I thought I had no feeling because of frostbite.
No, you had limited feeling, but this is still an injured leg.
I thought it was healed by magic. We did get healed.
It was tended to.
Okay, I can take damage.
Okay. You had managed to stop, so what you did was you stopped the curse from spreading using frostbite. The nurse that had aided in assisting your injuries and healing them and stuff did what she could, but the damage was already done. So, we're gonna go ahead. You're only taking, due to the impact of a person smacking into you, you will only take 2d6. So it won't... If I can stop throwing my dice...
The dice are meant to be thrown.
You only take
Yup
5...
them at everything.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage on your leg from this. It does, it's definitely like one of those things where you suddenly grip harder onto both Redwood and the wall because of how painful it is. Like, if someone were, the best way I could describe it is if you had, a bone fracture, and suddenly, you catch someone as they're descending, and they swing into your leg, that's gonna fucking hurt. Also, I see I'm cutting in and out a lot. Give me 1 second. I love my internet sometimes.
Yeah.
That picked up on my Discord.
Wait, really?
No, please don't fuck with the soundboards. For the sake of my voice.
Oh dear.
But yeah, so you managed to catch Redwood. Redwood, you smack into Chisel's leg. And you can feel from the texture of it from his, through his pants that this is his injured one. So in your head, you're like, ooh.
Redwood was beginning to cast a spell as he was grabbed.
Getting ready to cast another levitate or something? Hey, that's the problem though.
Yeah.
7 is still... Wait.
No. If you drop levitate, the person who is still floating floats gently to the ground.
Oh great, 7.
Oh, yeah.
You are slowly descending after watching
You're just watching everyone while you fall slowly.
7 with his arms crossed, kind of nursing his lower back.
As you're
Next
floating
time-
by, I just give you the...
Next time, you're going to throw someone as dense as Chisel on my head as he's passing down. Give me some warning!
Wait, he didn't.
I don't do the vine shit.
He didn't throw me. He literally just shoved you.
No, don't you remember?
I tried to stack us all on top of
Oh,
Yeah, he
Oh,
brought me
right.
back with levitate and threw you onto me.
are you calling me fat?
Dense.
Are you calling me fat?
Vince!
That's the tiny man!
You guys,
Chisel, we can go down now.
Chisel,
Thank
you are
God.
holding on with one hand. I'm assuming you just kind of, Redwood, you just climb onto Chisel's back proper so he can start climbing down. Alright. You climb onto his back. Chisel, you start your slow descent downwards on the rock. 7, by the time you're landing, they still have a long ways to go to get down, but they're making their way. Chisel's larger size making it a little bit faster. By the time you guys reach the base of the floor of the of this massive crevice, Chisel, you are exhausted.
Has it been a minute yet? Or was it a minute?
Ooh.
Because that Giant's Bite only lasts for a minute.
It would have been more than a minute by the time you reached the floor of the cavern.
So, as soon as the minute hits, Chisel just slowly starts shrinking.
Faster. Faster.
You are heavy. I can't go faster. You hit my injured leg.
Go ahead and roll
That's
me
your fault.
roll me a strength check, please, Chisel.
It just
You hold on despite how injured and tired you already are. By the time you reach the floor, you fall over. You are tired. You are hurt.
I have a small idea. I'm going to, as soon as I know that it's a safe distance, I'm just gonna kick Redwood off of me and just let him drop like 5 feet.
Okay.
Redwood thuds into the dirt. Why?
That was for hitting my leg.
That's your fault.
You guys
It's
arrive.
dirt all over me. What the hell?
It's the druid complaining about dirt. Really?
Do you remember the first scene where Redwood was wiping the dirt off of his sleeves?
You have dirt on your face.
That's by choice.
Bro, that does not make sense.
I'm not a barbarian.
Oh, I see you're a fan of showers. Why don't you go run around naked in the rain?
Wait, you don't already do that?
Am I
Anyways.
fucked up for thinking that actually sounds kind of nice?
No,
No.
actually, yeah, going around in the rain, that sounds nice.
Anyway,
Little tangent. Let's bring us back.
Moving on.
this was supposed to be an idiom of don't do that, but you know, fuck me, I guess.
You gave us an option of actually doing something rather enjoyable.
Yeah.
Anyways. This cavern, this fissure that was created from the blight digging into the ground and cracking the earth itself. Blue crystalline structures spike out from various spots within the cavern's walls, which are rough stone caked thick with mud and water. Rotten smell of decaying vegetation and long since dead creatures covered from the many, many years of being consumed by the earth as they had passed on. We're going to continue using the initiative that everyone already has.
This
As-
ferret must be down here.
As the earth rumbles once more. From the dirt itself, hands, skeletal and rotten, shoot out and attempt to make grabs at all of you. Before we begin, I will need everyone to make me dexterity saving throws.
I swear if I had another nat 1.
Another 18!
Redwood, you attempt to move quickly up off of the floor before being promptly grabbed by your clothes and dragged back onto your back. Your clothes beginning to choke you from the grip of the skeletal and rotten hands that are keeping you in place. You are prone and restrained as you are lying here. Going ahead at the top of the round, a creature begins to claw its way out from within the stone and mud to make its approach towards all of you. 3 sets of eyes, all attached to stalks. A rounded body with fangs dripping with black ichor. Slitted eyes and an uncanny smile to its face as it levitates there above all of you. You all look at it.
What the fuck is that?
Something to kill.
Flump?
You fucking wish it was a flump. Alrighty. Let me just quickly...
It's a zombie beholder, probably.
A blighted beholder.
Zombie. Quote, quote.
Alrighty.
Quote, unquote.
So,
Eli did pull out the monster manual, or the Dungeon Master Guide. No, it's purple. That's the Dungeon Master Guide. Oh,
No, you're right the first time.
It's a zombie. It's a zombie beholder.
So, I'm going to roll a d4 here.
It goes before me?
Yep.
I mean, you only rolled an 18. They probably rolled at least a 19.
No, I
Oh,
rolled a 27.
initiative.
I'm looking at deck save. My bad. I'm dumb.
7.
Yeah.
I'm going to need
Disintegration.
I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
19.
Alright, you're fine.
Was that legitimately a disintegration ray?
I rolled a 4 on the die, so we're gonna go ahead and swap the music here. Will this work? No. Nope, that won't work either. Well, time to go back to the good old classic. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right. So that was that was that one's turn. Chisel, you're up.
Hi, I'm going to run up and activate Giant's Might. So
Okay.
that's our 2 uses. And I'm going to swing at it.
Go ahead and roll to hit, please.
22.
Okay. 22 is going to hit.
Okay, so that's D10, so 8 bludgeoning, plus frost, and I think Giant Smite, wherever that went, is a D8. Yeah, D8. That was and I'm going to move behind it.
Okay, so you did a total of how much damage to it again?
20. Like I said, I'm not a glass cannon like Thevin. I'm literally just a wall.
Okay. Give me 1 second here, please. Chisel, your AC is a 16, correct?
Yes.
Just quickly doing a couple of things. Cool. Just wanted to quickly do this. And then Redwood, your AC is also 16. And Devin, yours is a 17?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
We really need to get better armor.
Where?
I don't know. I was hoping that if I asked the princess if we could have more armor, but then we were teleported to Velica. Yeah, that place.
Okay,
New place.
so.
Think of it
going-
like an eye there. It's Velico Durbo.
Here we go. Okay, so that was Chisel's turn. Up next, a zombie is going to come out. Let's see, is this thing gonna be smart enough to know to hit the creature that is stuck in the ground? Let's see.
Probably not.
Roll intelligence. Nope. It's gonna try and hit you, Chisel, because you just got big. Do. This does not hit. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. Zombie number dos. I also misses 7 as you feel the wind of a zombie trying to swipe at you from the wall as it begins to force its way out. If only. If only
I could rip your throat out myself.
if only. If only.
Well, you don't have to worry about that because disintegration ray will just instantly kill you. You have
Nice.
under 100 HP.
Yeah. Well, no, disintegration ray is actually different.
Yeah, you're thinking power word kill.
Um.
Disintegrate just does a bunch of damage that none of us can survive. Not even you, Chisel.
So we're gonna go ahead and is the skeleton smart enough? Yes, it is. So it's gonna go ahead and miss. Redwood, you're struggling against these hands that have got you prone and restrained. Oh wait, that's right. Prone and restrained equals advantage. So you, at first, you think this thing's going to miss as you hear the wind get cut by a rusted sword as a skeleton swings downward at you. With a +4 to hit and a 16 on the die, you are going to take 5 piercing plus 2 necrotic in terms of damage. And then it is your turn.
Alright. We're gonna do the tricksy maneuvers. Shrub's gonna warp us out of there.
Okay. Shrub alights, warps you both out.
And the skeleton that was within the 15 feet is gonna take damage.
Does it need to
Oh,
make a
has to
dex
make a save.
save? Right. DC?
DC is mine, 17. We
Let me
also have the dex save from the summon.
Okay, so, survives the first from the warp. The summon is still 17, right?
Yep.
Fails the summoned one.
Okay. Whoosh.
Hey.
Okay. And then I've got my turn. Thank God for Shrub. Take her home. Okay. We are going to cast Scorching Ray as a 6th level spell.
Scorching Ray is a druid spell?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Go
We're
ahead.
not in the Feywilds. What are you trying?
I just have to be sure. Because even though you're not in the Feywilds, I am still in charge of your wild magic surges. So, or like the
Okay.
whatever the fuck. What are
Okay.
you striking with the Scorching Ray here?
Zombie Beholder.
Okay. Roll
Everything.
To, roll
All
to
of it.
roll to hit on each one of its. Okay.
And I'm going to Tides of Chaos, that natural one.
Okay.
Just so it's not shooting chisel. Holy shit.
Oh my god. Okay, so all of them except for one hit.
I'm guessing the 14.
The 14.
Yeah, it has to be the 14.
The 14 does not hit.
Oh, I shouldn't click the natural 20 for 2 of them. Ignore the 4 plus 7. So 6 hit. 1, 2.
Scorching Ray. 5, 10, 15.
22, 29, 40?
Hold on. Let's
Go, boom.
Let's go calculator on this bitch real quick.
All the numbers.
Yeah, 40.
42
I got
actually.
47.
Ignore
Wait,
the 4 plus 7 is what Casey said.
I did. It's 5 plus 7, then a 5, then a 5, then a 7, then a 7, then an 11.
Oh, I forgot the other.
47.
I forgot the other 5. Okay.
And I thought we weren't counting the 7 because that's 46. And I thought we were just going to double the 5, so that would be still a 10.
Either way, we're just gonna go ahead and.
It's still a lot of damage.
You know what? Round up.
And also,
50.
when I cast a spell that deals fire damage, I get to add a d8 because of Shrub.
Roll that d8.
Hey, Shrub.
50.
Okay. Holy shit.
I have one of those.
There's a machine.
I should really
gun
learn some
of Scorching
actual
Ray.
6th level spells.
Yes!
Because on my character sheet, the only spell I have above 3rd level is Wall of Stone.
Yes! You should!
I haven't sat down. I haven't thought about it. Redwood should take a day and just experiment. Potentially blow up somebody.
Look, sword at
Not
7.
in.
Right. Redwood, that was your turn, correct?
That is everything and That is anything and everything.
And now it's Shrub's turn.
No,
Shrub already
won't
took her
because
turn to
the-
teleport.
Rob already took a
Yeah.
I thought that was a bonus action, but
Bonus action is my ignition. Teleport is her action.
Ah.
Shrub
Okay.
doesn't have bonus actions.
7. Your turn. my
Yee.
friend.
Shooting the big fucker.
All right. There's 2 of them. Which one are you shooting?
There's 2? What?
Have either of them taken damage?
There's the one that currently has several holes in its rotten body from Redwood's scorching ray.
Shooting that one.
Okay.
Modify 20.
20 is going to hit.
There's
That's a
2?
2 on the die, so I'll re-roll that. Alright, still the same number. Great, love to see it. Boop, 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 and boop.
So that's 12, 14, 16, 23 in total. Okay.
Alright, is it dead?
No.
Shooting it again! 31!
31 is going to
That's
hit.
present. There's been a second shot.
I forgot I have 3 attacks.
Why do you
Yeah,
have
the
3?
Hemocraft die.
Fighter
Fighter.
at 11th level gets 3 attacks.
Oh! I guess I
I
just...
Yeah.
completely forgot
For that
about
one.
that.
Alright, 9, 6. Okay.
Shoot him in the eyes! In the eyes!
That's a
Anywho.
cult shot. You have to get a nat
I
20,
know, I
which
know.
is sad.
I know.
So you managed to do some pretty decent damage to this thing. Despite its holes in its body, and now the litany of arrows that cover this thing, it is still up and moving. Alright. You've pissed off one, but there is still another. Let's see here. Ooh. We've got 4 individuals. I'm gonna need you each to claim a number.
4.
Chisel.
I'll be 1 and Shrubs 2.
I'll be 3.
Alright. I'm going to need Shrub to make me a wisdom saving throw.
No. I'm going to use my reaction to cause the attack to hit a zombie.
That's
There
not
are 2
how
zombie beholders.
that's not how iRay works, unfortunately.
Then I'm giving Shrub advantage and then using a runic shield.
What does Runic Shield do?
I think it can re-roll the d20 and use the new roll.
Okay. So you basically can have an advantage and you have
A re-roll.
Let's get the advantage out. 15.
Okay.
Is that
I
enough?
feel like that's a clean number.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh
So keep your runic shield.
yes.
I don't know how.
So with that out of the way,
I read it wrong. It has to be an attack roll, so it's not a.
Wouldn't even
runic,
work
it's-
anyway.
It wouldn't
Okay.
work.
So we're gonna go ahead and move on. Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Which one was being tried at Shrub?
Wouldn't you like to know? Anyways,
I would. That's why I asked.
It was the fear ray. I was really worried at first too, because I like looked at it and I was like, "That, please don't be a 4. Please don't be a 4." Believe it or not, I don't want to outright kill you guys.
Then why are we fighting
Allegedly.
two beholder zombies?
Because we need a challenge.
Okay.
One beholder is a challenge.
5 levels ago, we decked 2 owlbears in a single round.
That was also only 3 levels ago.
Also, we're gonna go ahead and
Sorry, but I no longer have my reaction. So if you guys get hit, sorry.
We get hit. From
I
important.
mean,
take for me a total of 7 piercing and 3 necrotic damage. As this thing hits you, a skeleton coming up from your side, slashing you across your back, and then
Who?
I said 7.
7.
okay.
And then Redwood. I'm gonna need for you to go ahead and take for me.
Just because you shake your head and make a face does not mean she's not gonna hit you.
I'm going to need you to take 4 bludgeoning damage as a zombie comes out
I
from
do have a
behind.
word that changes it. Barb.
Barbs?
Barb? You're starving
Barb.
me? Alright,
Barbing? All the barbs.
Who are you giving advantage to?
Chisel.
Still hits, unfortunately. Still hits.
Well, Chisel got advantage.
I'm going to need for you to go ahead and take me a total of 4 bludgeoning damage as this thing comes up behind you and slams its fists into your back. And then we're gonna go back up to the top of the round. It's very pissed at you right now, 7.
Not the one that did 50 points worth of fire
Sheesh.
damage?
No, because you hit it last.
I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
I'm fairly
Yay.
sure the creature made of ice does not like being poked.
Okay,
14.
14.
Ugh.
Meets beats.
Yeah!
Okay, now we know our DCs.
Alright,
At least for that one.
Chisel, you are up.
Hi. Okay. So, how many creatures are there?
There's 11 if you are counting both your companions and shrub.
7 enemies.
So there,
7 enemies.
no,
7, 11.
9. No, 8. Because there's 2 of you, and then shrub, so that's only 8 enemies. Because Eli did not say counted you. You specifically said.
Companions.
I meant you and your companions. My bad.
Okay, so there is 7.
My bad.
Just
That was a really weird way to say that. How many enemies are there? 11 if you count your companions and shrub.
Well, it all depends on what happens when he rolls. So,
Shrub, not enemy.
well, I'm going to.
you
attack the
you said
beholder.
just creatures in general, not hostile or non-hostile. Okay.
I said enemies.
Oh, well. You're attacking the beholder. Go ahead and roll to hit for me, please. Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
So that's
Because
This-
it's a natural 20, is this a called shot?
yes. I want to destroy one of the ice stalks,
So,
specifically the one that tried to hit
I think
Devin
roll a
the
D4.
first round.
yeah,
Roll
I
the
think
D4.
I'm going to, say roll a d4. So, you actually destroy one of the ones, the one that had originally aimed at Shrub.
No fear.
No
And
fear anymore.
now ice, and then giant smite.
So that's 19.
That's 19 damage.
Yes.
Second attack,
Wait, we're
14.
we're doubling that 19 because you got a natural 20 here. So
Yes.
that is
38.
thank you.
38.
And a 14
Four-
does not hit.
Okay. And then
Third attack,
third
Yeah.
attack,
12 does not hit either.
action surge.
Holy Yes, okay.
That's 6 attacks now.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
15,
15 hits.
6,
12. 17.
17,
38, 17.
55.
So 55 total.
55 total damage.
And that's 1, 2,
Attack 1 of action
3,
surge.
4, 5 attacks.
That's going to hit.
11, 12, 15. So that's 70? I think. And one more attack. I'm going to use my reaction to give as
Hold on. Question before you're like giving yourself that. Is it dead?
It's been dead for a while.
So Jizzle's just been hammering away at this dead corpse, making sure it doesn't come back.
Also,
I
I,
fucking starts coming apart like an orange.
here's the thing. You eating this thing, a critical hit which you had gotten would have killed it and also removed its undead fortitude. You did not need to keep going to town on this thing, but you did.
I got rid of one.
We're going
Also,
to, for the sake of my sanity, we're gonna move on.
but I still have my bonus action.
My brother in Christ.
You win! I win! I'm gonna actually activate Storm Room,
Okay.
which for a minute now I can just dictate if everyone gets advantage or disadvantage.
Okay.
He opens up the game console.
Holy shit.
When I pop off,
Oh,
I
man.
pop off.
We're not
Oh, yeah.
strong enough. The two of them is too much.
I might have to throw a third one in here for this combat
No.
encounter to last long
No.
as I would like it to.
It's
Yeah.
already
Eat this thing like a moldy
almost-
grapefruit.
It's almost 9. We are okay.
Ancient black dragon.
Actually, special homebrew dragon that I have prepared for another thing, but we're gonna move on.
No. Undead dragon.
No. Although... No, I'm kidding.
No. No.
Although it's someone else's turn now.
We're gonna go ahead and moving on. Yeah, it is another thing's turn. With an 18. Also, I'm going to dictate this now, Chisel. If you want to give a creature advantage or disadvantage, you have to say so when it's that creature's turn. So that way I'm not rolling and then you're like, oh, actually that's with advantage or disadvantage. Similar to how you need to inform somebody if you're giving them advantage or disadvantage before they roll if it was like an ability check or something. Does that make
So
sense?
if a zombie comes, if it at the beginning of zombie's turn before a zombie attacks, you would get say advantage, disadvantage.
Yes.
Then you'll have to say who's going for
Okay.
me.
Yeah, because it has been. All right, Redwood, you're taking 4 damage because of zombie. I'm like, I didn't even know a zombie was here. What?
My bad.
So who's attacking?
A zombie is attacking. So
Who? Attacking who?
a zombie
fish.
is a zombie is going to attack 7. Ooh, excuse me.
I also
With
forgot I had advantage since Silvery Barb, so I'll just hold on to that.
so with a 19 to hit, you're going to go ahead and take a 7 bludgeoning damage from this thing. Another zombie is going to hit you, Chisel.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. 3, 11.
Stop
Okay,
it.
misses. A skeleton is going to strike at you again, Redwood. Hits for a total of. I believe it was yep and what. So that is 10 damage in total, 2 necrotic, 8 piercing from its sword. And then Redwood, it is your turn.
It's fantastic.
Hit them! Hit them a lot.
Fireball.
I'd survive that.
I don't have it.
Dang. You're the fire guy.
Speaking of, we got a 5th level spell slot. Other guy.
Okay.
Other guy!
Hitting the other beholder that is the one standing beholder that hasn't become like concrete paste. Is that what's happening here?
The one that is still alive, I want to make no longer alive.
Okay, go ahead. What are you casting on it?
Scorching Ray.
Okay.
I get 6 shots with it. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Only one miss.
Yes. So 1 misses, which is the 13. I feel like that. I feel like the meme of like the Minecraft birds just dancing to record music at this point. Like, there's no point in it, but I'm doing it anyways. Okay. Yeah.
15, 21, 24, 31, 40.
It's still
Wait,
it's still standing. It's still up and moving.
And then we get the shrub die.
It's still up and moving, but holy
Damn.
shit! Decent amount of damage.
Hey,
Is-
brothers, how you feeling?
I got popcorn!
56.
Elf.
108 out of 113.
They're fine. Stefan, it is your turn.
Cool.
I'm still late.
Right, my bad. Shrub. I forgot. I'm
Also, bonus action, I'm healing wording myself.
I'm distracted by your stupid Rylu on top of your head.
He's adorable.
Is it Riley
Yay.
or is it Ditto?
That's Rylu. Ditto you would know because
and then
it
we
has
got-
I
the
think
stupid dot
you
eyes.
mean Riolu.
Actually, that was only the single ditto that had that thing and it just became a meme.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
5 healing.
Shrub is joining me in my endeavors.
22.
Shrub
Shrub
does
don't
not
miss.
Except for when she does.
No, she always hits what she intends.
5 fire
Sometimes it's just
damage,
not in
okay.
line with our visions.
Yeah, we don't question Shrub. You
Never.
don't question the Shrub.
You never question the shrub. Alright. It's still up, but holy shit.
Not for long.
It's the barbecue.
Moving on to Thevin's turn now.
Yeah.
Devin, the totally not overpowered shooter's turn.
Moving over the 100's mark. Fire.
23 will do it.
That's low for you.
Yeah, no. Rerolling that piercing damage. There we go, the 12. 100's mark.
I think it's dead.
Actually, it is not. It's still
19,
up.
21.
Second
Uh,
attack.
Second attack. 16.
16 will hit.
That's even lower for you.
I know! And then the Hemocrat die.
It is still up and moving.
45 damage?
Fucking go down already!
I mean, I did 40 in one attack.
I'm gonna be honest
why
with you
you
guys.
You just added the Hemocraft. Why aren't you adding the Colossus Slayer?
Because Colossal Slayer only triggers once per, target.
And what about Hunter's Mark?
Also only triggers once.
Also,
How
in
did you
order
have a
for this
cat?
to be fair, I had to double the health of these things. Because I knew you guys can at least do 50 damage minimum when it comes to attacking.
Do you have a cat with you?
I do
We're
have a
hovering
cat.
around more 45 minimum right now.
Would you like to see the cat?
I would like to see the cat.
A pleasure only we can have. Apologies, audience.
Scorching ray on the cat.
No!
I mean, it's already orange.
His AC's only a 14.
I hit!
For an orange cat? Nah, it's gotta be lower.
No, that's the intelligence. Orange cats are notorious hard to hit.
Moving on.
You're thinking of white cats.
Moving
Yeah,
on.
probably.
Okay, so that was your turn, Seven. Which one of you guys did the most damage? You know what? Doesn't fucking matter. Because I see the person's face right now and I know the answer.
You see 3 of us.
The one that did our rapid fire scorching ray?
I did 40. 6. Touch that face, Eli. Sparb.
Sparb does not work on eye rays. Because it is,
honestly.
it's not like a roll to hit or anything. You need to make a save.
Oh, then I'm gonna give him advantage on that save.
I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh, it's that one.
Yes, Redwood, you.
$16.
Okay. You pass with a 16. I have never seen Casey look more ready to shit himself.
Wide eyes and eye rays means you rolled a disintegration ray?
Perhaps.
Oops. The oopses.
The ocean's chin.
Moving on. The tiny boys get to go now.
No, they don't.
Misses on that one.
I cast insignificant.
Just oh.
Alright, guys, I quit being a DM. I will see you later.
It worked!
Going ahead now. So the last thing that's going to attack is a zombie. It's going to attack you, Redwood.
Do you just not like Redwood or something?
It's gonna
Not
move.
currently.
Okay. Top of the round, Chisel. You are standing over the flattened and deflated corpse of a zombie beholder.
Is ground beef.
Ew.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, I'm going to walk over to the other beholder.
The other beholder is on the other side of, like, it's far away, further down the cavern, so you would need to dash to get there. But there are plenty of other smaller targets you can hit.
Okay.
Kill a small target, then move.
Killing 1 zombie. 14.
14 will hit. These things don't have a high AC.
Attacking another zombie.
So that zombie is indeed dead. Attacking another one.
that zombie is indeed dead.
Well, so the one that you had just struck was already damaged.
Oh, was already damaged.
So,
okay.
But this one
well-
does take a hit, so
11 damage.
Okay. And that is it for you, or is there
Nope.
another? Okay.
Attacking another zombie.
Are you attacking? Okay. Are you attacking the same zombie, or are you attacking a different one?
Different one. I'm weakening them all so Redwood could just throw a
Okay.
like scorching ray and just obliterate them.
So you've got...
Why do I need other spells?
Okay, go ahead. 22 does hit. Go ahead and roll me your damage. Okay. So that's a total of
19.
Okay.
8 plus 4 is 12, plus 7 is 19.
I didn't pass math when I was in high school or in college, so... cool. Moving on.
And yet you
can
play
make that
a
face
very...
at me. You can make that
The
face
nerd
at me
rock game.
as much as you want. Hey, I never get higher than like 20 damage whenever it comes to me
Dude,
playing
my
this
eyes
game.
are unfocused. I'm staring at the void. You just happen to be in the way. I'm trying to examine why I feel like I've got a giant splinter in my side.
Moving...
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry.
That's a pain in the ass. There's a difference. Okay, Chisel, that is your turn. You just smacked 2 zombies. They're gonna hit you. One hits you, and then another also hits you. You are going to take... two damage from one zombie.
Yep.
Yeah. And 3 damage from another. Yeah.
I get hit with 10s? Captain 100 health over here is taking 5?
What you want me to fucking say, okay?
The dice have chosen favorites.
Redwood, you're up.
Plus, I'm so innocent.
I am going to Scorching Ray this thing until it is dead.
Okay.
We are turning eyeball to raisin.
Okay.
And I'm specifically watching until it dies. And as soon as it dies, the targets are shifting to whatever zombies Brian's lining up for me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your Scorching... I'm assuming this is another 5th level spell. Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Actually, we're going to make it a 4th level, holding on to some higher level spell slots.
Okay.
Why not activate your arm?
So 3 hit. 2 do not.
$22.
Still up and moving.
And then my nice little shrub die. 30.
Okay.
Have I gone 50, 40, 30 now?
Yeah.
The 6th level gives 50, the 5th level gives 40, the 4th level gives 30. What happens if I cast it at the 2nd? Okay, I can't cast it at 1st level. I can do minimum 10 damage.
I wouldn't put that energy out in the universe because then it's going to give you like 1s and then you're gonna be like...
Nah, put in the universe.
Moving onward... Oh wait, you still have more stuff.
Yes, Trump.
I got popcorn.
We know.
We're taking out that son of a bitch.
Roll damage, still up. But hefty,
Ah.
heavily hurt. 7.
Will it be the final blow? Let's find out. 22. And that's a... Yeah, it's a 1 on the damage die, so definitely gonna roll that. A little bit better. They're
I've never
smart.
seen a beholder pop like a fruit gusher.
I didn't like that at all.
You could have said something even worse.
Okay. Yeah, that's some decent damage. It is dead.
Yee. With it going down as Devin flings the final arrow to its eye, he then turns to the close zombie, and using the wood spike, pretty much goes to grabs the zombie's face and fires it.
Yeah, this would technically be considered a cold shot, so if you roll a natural 20, I will allow it, but you need to roll a natural 20.
Okay. It's wood bolts. Ah, so close.
So close. You do hit it though, so go ahead and roll me your damage.
So close. You rolled a 7.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Okay.
It's
that
dead.
Zombie is wait, 11. Actually, the zombie
20
you hit
damage.
is still up, impressively. It's on its last legs, but it is up.
Fucking die already! Why are things so fucking hard to kill around here?
Oh, that reminds me.
Dang it. No.
Fortitude.
Dang it.
On your next turn. Those are the rules.
Oh wait, actually, yeah, no, I do have to wait here. Fuck.
It's not their turn yet.
So,
There's a chance she'll forget.
actually, the one that you did just attack, the zombie beholder, it is its turn.
Ah.
That's. I don't like that zombie beholders have undead fortitude. I'm giving it
Easy going,
disadvantage.
Giving it disadvantage. Gil gets up. On 1 HP, it gets back up. And it is going to attack. Let's see here. The only person that it doesn't have any reason to attack right now is Chisel. Chisel, yours is a 3 on the die, correct?
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing it's a 4.
It was a 3. I'm gonna re-roll it because it doesn't want to attack you.
I'm covered in its brethren's blood. It does not want to attack.
Alright. Casey, Redwood. I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from you.
No want.
You are now paralyzed for the next minute. Cool. You can repeat this saving throw at the end of each of your turns, and in the effect of on you during a success. Moving on. Skeleton! Going to attack you, 7.
Me.
Misses.
Yay!
Zombie is going to attack you, Chisel. That's cocked. Hits. So, Chisel, you only take 6 bludgeoning damage. The first zombie beholder is dead permanently because it was critically hit. So that does mean, Chisel, it is your turn.
Got it. I was looking at the player's handbook and I put it away. Okay, I'm going to second wind as a bonus action. That is 10 plus my level.
Wait, are you second winning on 80 HP? You son of a bitch.
If we
It
have
also
the
wasn't
ability
at 80. It was at 97.
Unnecessary.
And now I'm going to keep attacking zombies because I cannot reach the zombie beholder from where I am.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit for me, please.
25.
Yep. Okay.
Hold on. 17.
Zombie is down to 0. Oh,
Second zombie. I don't think a 13 will hit.
a 13 actually does hit.
What is their AC, like 11 or something?
It's in the single digits, I'll tell you that much.
Their AC?
Zombies don't have high ACs. Unless I'm using a different type of zombie.
14.
That zombie is also dead.
And is there a third zombie near me?
There's a skeleton near you.
I'll hit the skeleton. 21.
21. Let me double check something really quickly. That's gonna hit, but I want to double check its AC. Yeah, that hits.
So that's 17.
Yes, I'm double checking something on the skeleton. Okay, yeah, these guys.
I don't think they have undead for
No, they do not, but I just had to double check. Okay, that's all the skeletons that were in this area are now gone. Thanks to Chisel's efforts. We move on to the.
I still got my movement. I'm going to intimidatingly walk my way to the zombie beholder.
You start walking your way.
And we're dragging on the floor behind you.
All right.
Staring dead in his eye, just.
It'll take another turn of movement for you to get to the zombie beholder, but you're on your way.
Even though I now count as large, it does not increase my movement speed.
Yeah, which doesn't
So
make
bad.
any
So
sense.
sad.
And it doesn't. My movement speed also didn't increase when I grew 10 inches, which counts me as now medium.
We're gonna go ahead, and these zombies do have, because you didn't hit them with a crit or with any sort of radiant weapon, they do have undead fortitude, which means that there is a chance of them getting back up.
Sounds like I need to get a weapon that deals radiant.
Okay, both of them do get back up on 1 HP.
Does that stack? Like, if they go down, can they go back up?
It just keeps
That's the
going.
third time.
It just keeps going until they roll below the DC. So,
That's
Which is why they have the shit AC.
yes. So moving on, these two zombies, mad that they got beaten and then snuffed at, are going to start making their way towards you, Chisel, to attack you. So you get 2 strikes coming at you. 1 misses, 1 hits. You only take 2 bludgeoning damage. Casey's like, what the fuck?
I am being a good tank.
You're not being good tank, you're just getting all the little hits.
You're
A
getting
good
all the
tank takes the big hits so the casters don't. You're taking the tiny hits, and I'm being fucking pummeled to death.
You are paralyzed actively. So that's 2.
Yes,
Speaking
but there
of,
are no longer any zombies near Redwood who get advantage because he is now paralyzed.
well,
About
moving
that.
on. There are no skeletons that get advantage, but there are still zombies. So, speaking of Redwood, you do need to roll me another con saving throw, please.
With advantage.
You managed to break free, but because you broke free at the end of your turn, we are going to move on.
Trump.
Right. Strub.
Trump, don't miss.
23 is going to hit. Alright, 7 fire damage. Alright, moving on to 7.
Yee.
You've got
Shooting.
zombies that went down and came back up. There's no more skeletons, and there's the zombie beholder that you watched go down and then get back up as well.
Shooting the zombie beholder. Stay the fuck down.
What's the called shot?
It doesn't matter. It's a natural 20 with a critical hit. It's instantly 1 killed and 2 it can't get back up.
I just want to see how much damage this is going to be doing.
So 9, 6, 2, 3, 2 is a total of
15, 17, 20, 22.
times 44 damage.
Yee.
I'm gonna really
I
have
wrote
to
it.
hit you with the Nerf hammer next campaign because otherwise,
You always say this.
because it's true.
Well, hey, the character I have lined up for the next campaign isn't 7.
True.
I'm
And
a wizard.
I'm a wizard.
Anywho. Shooting the zombie that I was initially shooting before.
Okay.
Fuck you, beholder.
That is going to. Bruh, it's dead.
Bro, stop. He's dead. Bro, stop.
He's done. Chill.
I don't care.
Okay.
I have a question. Does attacking one of the dead zombies negate undead fortitude? No?
It does
Okay.
not say that within the rules now.
They got iframes, my guy.
Oh, that's bass.
Yeah,
That's
unfortunately.
those.
Okay. Even though you just killed that zombie, Seven, it's going to roll to see if it can get back up.
Stay the fuck down, he says as he's holding a bow and arrow towards it. Stay the fuck down.
The zombie does come
back
back
up.
to life, but he does not want to stand up. He's too fucking tired for this.
He gets back up and he's going to attack you, Seven. Because you
God damn it!
there.
Because you're standing right above it.
That's unfortunately a natural 20. Go ahead. You only take 14 bludgeoning damage from this thing.
Oh, only 14.
Only 14.
Meanwhile, fucking chisel over.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I genuinely.
If chisel
don't.
be in the line of fire, it'd be 2 damage.
I'm going to have to like rinse all of these in holy water to reset them or something like that.
Do the
because
moonlight ceremony.
I don't know how to do that. I would have to look that up, and I'm too lazy for that.
Oh.
But you know how to make holy water?
But you want to rinse them all in holy water?
Just gotta boil the hell out of it.
That's not how holy water is made.
What?
You've offended him.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I got 1 victory, okay? I can't. Moving on. Top of the round, Chisel.
I'm going to move to the beholder.
The beholder zombie's dead.
Oh, then I'm going to turn around and look at the 2 zombies.
Okay?
And then... Should I kill them or do something funny?
There's 3 zombies,
Yes.
so it's up to you.
Brian, hold your action for the zombie to pop back up.
The zombie's already back up.
The beholder.
The beholder's undead fortitude.
The beholder got a crit.
Oh, you got crit. I don't know, man. I'd watch. Make sure.
A third. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to grab one of the zombies and swing at the other with the zombie.
This is going to be considered an improvised weapon.
That's fine. Like I said, should I kill them or do something funny?
So go
Funny.
ahead and roll an attack, which will be your strength. You're not proficient, so
No,
do
but
not add your
it's
proficiency bonus.
Still a +2.
And I do believe it's only 1 damage.
I'm breathing wrong.
9.
No. Oh wait, no. That does hit. That does hit.
Well, it
Me
takes 1
thinks-
damage.
So it is down.
And then I'm going to... You know what? I'm getting real tired of these zombies. I'm going to swing at the dead body. Natural 20.
That's a crit.
That one is down and dead. That is
And then I'm going to,
so
as
funny.
my third attack, I'm going to throw the zombie into a wall.
Okay.
What?
That would be Dex.
I would say Dex.
Hit one
11.
motherfucker with another
Okay.
motherfucker.
So both are technically down, but
But one's actually dead.
one's actually dead. The one that you just threw gets back up. This is literally. Whoa!
It's just.
To charge at you.
I feel so sorry for you, little one.
It's going to charge at you.
With
It's...
disadvantage.
Oh, with
Oh.
disadvantage? Okay. No, that's fine. I'll just
It's okay. You disadvantage. Just give her a fucking disadvantage.
misses. Redwood, it
Eli
is
is
your
going to reset this entire party. Thabin is too powerful, Chiz is too powerful, and I really need to rethink how I am as a caster. I am a holy warrior who is not a cleric and uses druid and wizardry,
I'm going to need
but I don't have any spells above 3rd level.
Redwood, please go ahead and tell me what you do for your turn. For the love of God, end this combat for everybody's sake.
We're bringing out the repetite patatas tomates.
Scorching ray.
Scorching Ray, 4th level.
I wonder how much damage you're gonna
The
do with this
one.
You guys can tell that we've been doing this for 3 hours now. That's
So
Fine.
3, 4, 5. I get 5 of them.
Oh, 17, 19, 16, 14, 20. None of them are a
All
crit.
hit.
We're
But
aiming
I'll hit.
at zombies.
All hit, none are a crit, so there is a chance of this thing getting back up.
Rawr, rawr, rawr.
okay. So that's
That's plenty of
s-
damage for it to be dead on 1 HP, but it's there's a chance of it getting back up.
Trub is going to get next to it, get in a crouch position, and hold an action.
Okay. I'm assuming you're waiting for it to get back up again.
Yeah.
Okay. 7, it's your turn. There's...
The one in front of me. The one that keeps getting back up.
Go ahead and shoot.
Actually, I'm gonna try something different.
do
So-
something funny.
Take his arm off and beat him with it.
No. Something I'm experimenting with. So, the new Crimson Right I have is this lightning one that I've etched into the wooden arm.
Okay.
So, it's essentially
Shocking grasp?
shocking grasp.
What did I say?
A melee weapon attack
Okay, go
Kevin, what
with
did I
the
say?
fist.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Alright.
What do you mean, Casey?
Don't use the electric near the tree.
We're not near the tree. We're in the ground.
You're
Yeah,
not
we're
near the tree.
underground.
We're in the ground of. I thought we were
Good.
in the ground of the tree. I'm mixing up with crack.
We're mixing up what crap
We're in the wrong
you're
hole.
15 is going to hit.
So,
We're funny. You're tired.
and since this is a weapon attack, my Hemocraft die.
Okay. So
I think it's dead.
I'm going to see if it gets back up. I will be amazed if they do. I will call this now and say that they need a natural 20 to stand back up. For the love of God.
We've been just pummeling them. There's nothing left. Natural 20.
It's enough that they keep getting back up, apparently. One of them gets...
One of them gets back up if you couldn't hear Eli.
One of them gets back up. The other one stays the fuck down. This one that gets up is instantly
It's
going...
attacked by shrub.
Yeah. It's going
I still have my extra attack. You just completely skipped over that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're gonna waste it on a corpse?
I mean, are there any of them still up after I
No.
do my shocking grasp?
We're dealing with the ones that are dead.
And then
Alright.
coming back up.
All right.
I'm going to say, for the sake of time and my sanity, this one doesn't get back up, regardless of the roll.
I kind of want to see.
Come back. He does not want to stand back up.
I kind of want to see what he would have got.
You want to see what he would have gotten if I were to roll?
Yeah,
it?
roll it on table.
Okay, I'll roll it on table. Oh my god.
What is it, 10 or above?
Here we go. 5 plus the damage taken.
Subject 9. He stays dead!
Yes!
He can finally rest.
I can rest! Closing this goddamn monster manual.
You typing?
Because I accidentally hit my keyboard.
Spacebar.
Oh my god. Longest.
Herb.
Herb.
Anyways. Oh, there goes Jared. We're gonna go ahead and call this here for everybody. Thank you so much for watching and for joining us. We will pick up next week for In the Margins.
Baldur's Gate, most likely.
Baldur's Gate. So we will
Most definitely.
we will see you then. Bye.
Bye.
Ah.